Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Tima Madima. This evening we are chatting to Carina Viljoen, a middle distance and long distance athlete based in the United States of America at the moment. So we're going to have a good chat with her. We're going to be speaking all things life, motivation, education, and yeah, so make sure guys tune in, send your questions through. We know there's going to be a whole lot of Americans coming on today, and obviously the South Africans back home. So welcome guys, hope you guys are all doing well. It's always a pleasure to chat to everybody. It's gonna be a good one. Make sure send your questions through guys. I'm not the only one speaking to Carina. Make sure that you send your questions as well, then you can also have a chat with her. If there's anything you want to know, make sure that you send your questions. She's joined us. Carina, I see you. All you need to do now is just send me an invite and then we can get started. So welcome everybody. You guys are doing well. It is Tuesday. Yes sir. And we've still got a long week ahead of us. Carina.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Welcome. Thanks a lot for joining us this evening. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I can hear you've got your American accent on lockdown already.
Yeah, it's either that or Burki Afrikaans.
All right, okay. So you can hit us. We'll go with American. You can mix it a bit with the Afrikaans. You know what I mean? Feel free. No pressure. Are you good otherwise? How have you been?
I've been good. Yeah. Been stuck here, but missing home a little bit. But I've been good.
All right. So you wanted to obviously be back home with the family and so on. I know it's a bit tricky in the United States of America at the moment, but at least you're healthy.
Yeah.
No,
No, there's great opportunities here, and yeah, I'm having great fun with the place that I'm in. But yeah, I missed out on coming home this year, and yeah, I can't wait to be back.
Don't worry. You'll be back soon. So yeah, thanks again for joining us. So we're gonna get started. Obviously, there's a few things we're gonna be doing today on BackChat. But before we do that, let's do a few welcomes. I see Derek Mokaleng has joined in. Obviously, he's in the United States as well. We've got Barnard Mare, welcome. Anne Rautenbach. We've got Heinrich van Niekerk. I saw a Viljoen here. I see Kiggs High Jumper, Sipeng Tirele. So I see you. Welcome guys. I see Gerard Viljoen, Ramsing. I see who else. There's a lot of people coming on. Christelud, Kelly Ember. Welcome guys. Thanks for joining. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be coming in as we go. So hopefully we'll get a lot of questions. Otherwise, I've got more than enough for us.
Awesome.
I see Sinesipo Dambile is also in here. A young stallion, fast young man. It's Cheho. Welcome, guys. All right. So obviously, before we get started, I'm going to have to do a bit of an introduction so that everybody who is watching knows exactly who it is we are dealing with this evening, you know? And then from there on, we'll take it from there. Is that fine?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening, we've got Carina Viljoen. She is, and listen up, she went to the London Athletics World Cup 1,500 meter. She was a finalist, World University Games 1,500 meter finalist, NCAA Division #1 Indoor Championships finalist in the 1,005. She's also a two-time SA Under-20 1,500 meter champion, SA Under-20 3,000 meter champion, World Cross Country Championships Under-20 finalist, World Under-18 Championships 1,500 meter finalist, as well as two-time SA Under-18 3,000 meter champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Carina Viljoen.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now everybody knows, like, you know, they know exactly who we're dealing with. So they can put some respect on your name.
Oh, that's not half as impressive as the people you've had on here. So
But I mean, end of the day, that's the beauty of what we're trying to do with the back chat. It's just as important to speak to some of our top athletes that you aspire to be like, and a lot of, South Africans aspire to be like, but also the up and coming athletes like yourself. I mean, you've won national titles, you've shown you can and are one of the best in the country. So, as time goes, hopefully we will see you do it on an international stage as well. So, yeah.
I
Not to
appreciate
be
it.
taken
Thank
lightly.
you.
All right. We're gonna play a game. The game is called 30 Seconds. Very
Okay.
simple. So you've got 30 seconds to name as many things as possible that you have inside of your competition bag. Is that fine with you?
That is, I haven't raced since March, so I hope I can remember.
All right, let's get going. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, a foam roller, extra socks, toilet paper, snack bars, a TheraBand, wallet, phone, headphones, water, emergency kit, race bib, pins,
Yeah. Yeah.
jacket, extra dry clothes, ooh,
Go.
lunch, um, ooh, hair ties, Nikes.
And time.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna give you. I think that's 14. Yeah. That's not bad at all. Can you still hear me? I hear my sound is lagging a bit.
I can hear you, yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
think I didn't
perfect.
even
Yes.
mention spikes, so I guess I'm not running in shoes.
That's it's interesting. Like when you get out of like competition and the routine of it, it's so easy to forget all the basic things. But I
And
mean,
it's funny
spike.
because it's something I've been doing since I was 9 years old.
Yeah, but you haven't been doing 30 seconds in front of a lot of people watching in a while, so maybe that's the difference. All right, so I mean, let's get started. I mean, I think it's always good, having these chats. I think it's so important, especially for South Africa, because for us to have a platform where young athletes can actually tap in and listen to athletes that are senior or that are also walking in a similar path to what they want to do in their careers. I think it's a good way to start like a very powerful conversation, but also just have fun with it. Not an
Yeah.
interview. I'm not a journalist, so it's just about having a good chat, and hopefully somebody learns something from it.
Even
So
if
let's
it's
talk
just
about
me.
your journey. Where did your journey start? Where did the running journey begin for you?
Both of my parents were runners, and so I think it started off very young. I used to remember going to watch them run 10Ks or road races and things, and so yeah, it was always something that I liked to do. But I remember in primary school, I always got last in the 100 meter that they made everyone do, and I hated that. So my mom suggested I try the 1200, and yeah, it was. I think I got second in that race, even though the girls were like older than me. So
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, this is more my
this is better.
style.
uh, it's always interesting because I think like everybody. I think at school they think we're all gonna become sprinters. We all started the sprints. And you lose a few races and you think athletics is not for you. At least you hung around, until you
Yeah.
found your your event. I see Adrian Aldrich is saying Randburg kids don't run in shoes. Is that true?
He's not wrong. we we train barefoot.
Yep. And I see, what is it? Force Leo says the Amerikaanse accent. Huh? The accent is on you, Carina.
Yes.
You are
I
so
knew
American. It
this
is
was
not
gonna
even.
expose me. I knew.
Yeah. You are so American right now. You don't even
I
understand.
know. Water.
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 Oh my word.
No,
Yeah, but I mean,
I can try to do the South African accent, but then I sound like this.
wow, it's crazy. The thing is, especially because how many years have you been there now? Is it almost 3 years? Yeah. How
I've
many
been
years
here
have
for
you been in
five
America? Is
years.
it almost?
Oh, this is my fifth year.
Wow, wow. So I mean, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. 5 years in a place, you take me to the Americans, I'll come back an American.
See, the thing
You take.
is, see, you kind of have to um start talking like them so they would understand you. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so obviously, like you said, your running journey started with the sprints, much shorter distances, and so on. So when would you say you started discovering that okay, maybe the longer distances are more for you?
I think there's some bad connection. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, I
Is it my
got
side?
you. I don't know.
I think yeah.
It's
Yeah,
still
sorry.
you're good.
We'll blame Africa. I mean, you in America, your Wi-Fi must be off the charts. So definitely something wrong here in Africa. So as I was saying, so obviously you said you started in the sprints. When did you discover, or how did it come about that you transitioned to the longer stuff? And when did you know that okay, this is the events I want to focus on?
Well,
What
so
grade?
I actually didn't start in sprints at all. They just made us do the 100.
Well, that's where you
And
started.
I got last. I don't even think that counts. But yeah, so I think I was 9 when I started really running cross country races and
Yeah.
things. So yeah, I did a couple of other sports, obviously, all the way through like grade 10. But yeah, only after grade 10 that I focused on the distance
Okay.
running.
So obviously, I mean, grade 10, by then you should be run about 16 years old. It's a good time to discover like running. And, the following year in grade 11, you are obviously you're still running under 18. And you won titles. I think you won you won titles as under 18. For the 1,005, as well as the 3,000, as well as a junior as well. So obviously, at what point did you know that wait a minute, this running thing is something that I really wanna pursue? I mean, you pursued it so far that you've been to some big championships or World Cups. You've been to a lot of cross country uh, championships as well, on an international level. At what point did you know that, okay, this is maybe something that I really want to do?
Um, so I think I knew this is something I wanted to do from the day I started running.
Okay, okay.
um, but I mean, you never know how good it's gonna go or where it will actually take you. And so I think grade 10 also, like that's when I ran World Youth Champs,
Mm,
and I made it to the final, and I didn't even, I didn't even expect to be there. So making it to the final was a big up for me. And so that's when I knew that, you know, there might be something here if I
yeah,
can keep at it.
absolutely. I mean, like, what better what better affirmation than to end up with world champs, and to make the final. So you made the right decision. Let's just put it plain and simple, and I mean that momentum. So obviously, like you said, there was a big moment being at the world under 18 championships final, 1,500 meter. Um, so did you? So what role did that play in like creating a form, some type of momentum going forward? Because as a junior, you went on again. You took the titles in the 1,005, 3,000, and you dominated for 2 years. Junior, you dominated 2 years as youth. What type of momentum did you take from that international experience? Let's call it.
um yeah, I think it just inspired me to see that I can actually perform among people in the world and not just South Africa.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew there was something bigger out there than just SA champs. And
Yeah.
so trying to make Gauteng champs and then make like SAs, that wasn't the ultimate goal anymore. It was more, let's see if I can consistently improve so that one day I can be on the big stage. So
Absolutely.
it wasn't a short-term goal anymore, not just about making essays, winning essays or anything. It was
Yeah.
more, what can I do now to eventually prep me for the big stage?
The big stage, indeed. The big stage, indeed. I mean, I like what you're saying there because it's. I think it's a definitely an important type of mentality that we need to have as South Africans. You know, not to get into international competitions overwhelmed. Over the years, we've seen like South Africans are like, "Hey, pick me. You know, pick me, coach. I'm ready. I'm ready to compete with the best. We're breaking world records, African records." World junior records, and you know all these records that are being broken, and you know performances at an international level. So that's very important. So let's just I'm going to ask this question before I get lost in many more questions. Your role model, did you have a role model starting with in your earlier running years? Did you have a role model, or did you always just look to yourself for motivation?
No, I definitely had many role models along the way.
Yeah, name them. Let's
Uh,
go.
my parents were for sure the first one. They're the ones that introduced me to running, and just seeing their love for it just inspired mine. But my mom used to train with Zola Budd in high
Oh,
school.
the legend.
So that was a personal connection.
Mm,
So yeah, that was just something really special to see. My mom had like newspaper clippings of her and
yeah,
the very like personal inside scoop on her, and so I was like, wow,
yeah.
that's just incredible. And then I've had a lot of people really help me along the way,
Mm,
and their leadership was really, or mentorship, Renee and Christine Coleman and
yeah,
Dom Scott, like they all really helped me on my path, and so I
yeah.
really look at them too.
Absolutely. I mean, great role models. I mean, those are all. I think we've had them all here. Yeah, we've had them. Had a chat there. So I'm really glad. You know, like I won't even lie. I'm not even gonna try beat around the bush or lie about it. You know, when I had a chat with Zola Bud, I was nervous. I was nervous. You know, Zola Bud, I almost wanted to be like, Mrs. Zola Bud, do you know who you are? You know, like,
Right?
do you know who you are? Like,
I don't think you know. I don't think you understand who
let
you
me
are.
tell you who you are. Let me just
Yeah.
tell you quickly who you are. I mean, it was, yeah, it's one of those. I mean, she's a legend. I mean, yeah. And I mean, everybody you mentioned now, you know, Renee, Dominique Scott, and, you know, a lot of, I mean, that's why there's such a rich culture of middle distance running
Yeah.
in South Africa.
Ilana, she also really helped with EnduraCAD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't forget that.
prepping all kinds of young athletes. So
Shout out to Ilana Meyer as well. She was
yeah.
also on here. Shout out. Yeah. So it's I mean, they are icons in South African athletics. Let's do a few more welcomes. I see Jane Tipo all the way from New Zealand is in here. We've got Cornell Fredericks. He was with us a few days ago, and he's back again. My brother,
You
welcome.
had a
Thanks for
great
watching.
interview. I like that
Oh,
one.
nice. Thanks for watching. We've got Anya Panja, Endin Devele. We've got Gift Jump Kid official Muhato, Edmund Mafise, Daisy, Linda, Kevin. I try to mention as many names as possible. I can't get to everybody, but I know people will be on and off as we do the interview and the chat. But yeah, thanks guys. Really appreciate you guys joining. We've got official Mohato asking, having your parents as role models is the key to success because they will always be there for you. Respect. That's something nice there. I think
He's
I think
absolutely right.
I think it's so true. I mean, especially if your parents are doing the sport that you love as well. I mean, what more motivation do you have? You know, because um, when you go out and run, I remember when I was young, I would just go. I would go run with my dad. much obviously was older, but he would really, I couldn't beat him, in my mind. It was not a matter of age, it was a matter of this father of mine is faster than me, I want to catch him,
Yeah.
and he was like a role model. I don't know how fast he really was at the time, but I mean, if he was beating me, I was like, hey, I need to run faster. So it's always good having
Yeah.
parents as role
And it
models.
was really nice because they were not ever pressuring me into it.
Yeah.
It was absolutely my decision, and honestly, I had to sometimes pressure them to letting me do things and
Yeah.
keep going with it. But yeah, definitely
Well, that's
inspired.
good. I mean, big up to your mom. Is it, she's always, it's Tanya Elise, ne?
Yeah, Tani
Yeah, Tanya E. Yeah, she's always, I mean, she's always willing to help, always trying to grow the sport of athletics. I remember when we needed to host the classic shootout with Backtrack, she was like, listen, guys, come.
E.
Got the lanes ready for you. Let's do this. All right,
Oh, yeah.
welcome. I see Limao is on here. Senolo, TS Limao in the building. Thanks for joining. He's also in the United States of America. So yeah, so let's get to the next part of it. Obviously, we've spoken about on your youth side of things. You were under 18. You went to World Champs. You were a finalist. As a junior, you were also able to go to World Cross Country Championships, and compete at that stage and get that type of experience. Let's transition now. So the transition from youth, junior into, let's call it, university/senior athletics. How was the transition for you? Did you find that rather daunting, or was it a smooth transition for you?
I think I was pretty lucky in that it was a smooth transition because I take baby steps. Every year is just a slow progression. And so it wasn't so scary for me. I mean, obviously, coming to the States was a big move.
Yeah.
A lot of things were very different, but me and my coach here, I sat him down and I was like, listen, I come from this kind of background with this kind of mileage. I need to slowly
That's important.
get into it here. And that's exactly what I've done. And I think that was the key to keeping me going here.
Well, I mean, what you said there is so important. I had an interview, I don't know who I was chatting to recently. They also mentioned the same thing. I think it's Derek Mukaleng. I mean, he also mentioned that, first thing when you made it over to the States, it was a matter of, listen, coach, this is what I used to do. This is where I come from. And I think it's very important because sometimes, you join a new group, the food they eat is different. I mean, there's no boerewors, rollikies. There's no, I mean, your whole diet has changed. It's all
Oh,
changed.
yeah.
Your diet is in shambles. You have to adjust to that. The way they train, altitude, the way they study, the way they think. You know what I mean? Or it's a different lifestyle in general. Kim Kardashians. There's all these things that are.
Yeah. I mean, even racing was so different. Back home, like the way I raced, I tried to use that here, and
Yeah.
instead of people getting tired or falling off a little, at the end, they would just keep going. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, I'm in a field of girls that are as good and better than I am, and it was shocking to adjust to. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for your connection. I don't know if it's mine. It seems like it's loading. I'm gonna give it a second. Can you still hear me?
Kind of.
Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2. Just wave at me, guys, if you can hear me. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like, I want to say my connection is fine, but now the inferiority to American Wi-Fi. I feel like it's my fault. Karina, can you hear me still?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. So
Yeah, definitely my connection. But can you hear me now? Can you still hear me?
yeah. Can you see me?
Okay, I can see you. Let's continue.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Super. Adrian is asking again. He says Karina didn't have biltong in her sports bag. That is absolutely correct. So, Karina, the next question I want to ask. So, obviously, the transition to America. What brought up about that decision? Is it something that you always wanted to do? Is it something that you were advised to do? How did it come about? Like from the beginning, did somebody contact you? Did you get a Instagram message in your DMs? Was it a WhatsApp? How did this come about?
Yeah, so at World Youth, that's when I said that everything started changing for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's I was rooming with Helian Swanepoel at the time, and she won the 400-meter hurdle race at World
Mm-hmm.
Youth, and her sister was in the States at the time, so she was kind of the one that introduced me to the idea of coming to the States. And
Okay.
I remember thinking then, I laughed at the idea. I was like, this is never gonna happen. That's that's not me. Um, but yeah, as the years went on, I started getting more and more like Facebook messages and stuff from coaches in the States.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, and they, yeah, I thought it was crazy. I kept in touch because I mean, I always know contacts are a great thing, but I didn't really
Yeah,
think I would
you
actually
would do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, until my matric year, we started just seeing what people were capable of doing here, and actually like talked to coaches on the phone and heard that they really have a passion for what they're doing, and there's so many opportunities here. And so that's when I decided to come over and visit a couple of schools here, to see if I would like it. And then yeah, I think Arkansas was my first visit, and
Mm.
after that one I was like, I can get on a plane and go back home now. I've made my decision.
Wow. I mean, it's crazy. Like, when you look at the system of how, you know, how athletes move from South Africa to America, it's quite interesting because once again it just shows how like how valued your talent is. If you are able to perform at a certain level and run certain times, people will go out of the way to fly you over and have you see the university and try convince you without convincing you, but they're convincing you that the university is the place you need to be. So it's an amazing system. But I mean, so yeah, so obviously you chose Arkansas. What was the reason? What was your main motivation?
For coming here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, Dom Scott was definitely one of the main reasons, because
yeah,
she I just saw that she had success here, and I was looking
yeah,
for somewhere where she came in with times that were almost similar to mine. And I mean, she walked out the athlete that we all like here now. So I was aspiring for someone to be able to take times like mine and walk me through it. The coach was Coach Harder. He was very yeah. He knew what he was doing. He'd had a couple of South Africans. Christine Calmer was here too.
yeah. Okay.
So he kind of understood us too, and the way our brains work, I would say.
Yeah,
And yeah, I visited here, and I just remember me and my mom made the observation that it looks like Stellenbosch here. It seems like such a nice environment to study in, and then they obviously have all the facilities. But the most important for me was the coach, and whether he would um, basically take it easy on me at first and not kill me right away.
yeah.
And yeah, so
Okay,
I was sold on the coach for sure.
that's good. I mean, I think you went there with we'll call it a mom agent that knows how to search out the best opportunities for her client. I mean, her daughter, and that's exactly what happened. It's quite interesting. I see a question here from Teo is saying, what what is the biggest differences in training in the US from training in the USA and compared here in SA?
I mean, there's a lot more room to train here, so we have a lot more options on where we want to go. So we
Mm-hmm.
have there's a bike path here that's like concrete, and it runs through. It's mile of kilometers worth of like bike path. It's like not on the side of a road. It's
Mm-hmm.
safe and
Yeah.
everything. And we have a lot of places that we drive to that is like grondpad, gravel roads, and so
Grondpad, yeah, yeah.
that's it's we get to do a lot more of a variety of workouts with it. I mean, our university even have like an official cross country course.
Wow.
So we do very specific workouts in something like cross country season, on the grass, on a course setting. So I think just a variety in what we are able to do. We're not limited to one grass field at a high
Yeah.
school or the side of a road on a busy street. Yeah, it just expands the variety of workouts.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. So and the training methods, they similar? Besides that, I think, would you say it's the same training that side as it would have been in South Africa? I think maybe that's also what he's trying to get at.
Yeah, so I think the a big difference here is we have or just from what I did in South Africa. In South Africa, I had a workout day every day.
Yeah,
It was just higher or lower intensity.
yeah.
Here, it's very specific. Either a recovery day, which is just a run, um, or a workout day, which is your hard session. And we only do 2 workouts a week.
Wow.
So it's not the everyday yeah, grind basically. It's
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, in South Africa, you train. You know, you run with warriors here. You know, Monday to Sunday, people are pushing pace, and it's quite interesting. You know, the differences. But I think with middle distance, I think that's what makes us so well balanced when it comes to championships and rounds and so on. I think our training is so uh, you know, rigorous, and it allows us for that as well. So it's interesting to hear the differences. But I mean, American middle distance, like you said, um, the amount of people who are able to meet you at your level, or even be, you know, faster, are so much more. So it already it pushes you to improve as an athlete every single race that you step on. Are you still there?
yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit better signal so I can see you at least, but
Yeah, you still can't see me.
no.
Oh my word. I just hope everybody else can see me, because I know I usually. Okay, I can see you. I can see you. Can you see me?
Um, no, but it's okay. At least I can hear you better now.
All right, cool. Here's another question. I think I'm on. Time is running away from us, which is a good thing. The question is saying, yeah. So everybody is saying they see Temba and a blurred Karina. So
American
yes,
Wi-Fi letting me down. Look at that.
yes, Afrique du Sud, Africa. We have
Yeah,
made it,
exactly.
guys. We have made it. We have killed South Africans. We have bettered the internet and Wi-Fi connections, better Wi-Fi connection than the Americans. Oh man, we're gonna celebrate tonight. All right, so just carrying on.
I think
Can you
it's
still
good.
hear me?
Yeah. I
Okay.
wish I could
Final
not be blurred though.
one of the questions I want to ask, like, what is your motivation, Karina? Obviously, like, if I must look at some of like your achievements, you found a whole lot of success running in America. Uh, Derek says no, only there in Arkansas. So he's saying it's not the whole America. It's just your part of your part of America.
Okay, my part of America is a little
Yeah,
secluded.
sorry. So I'm saying, obviously you've had a lot of success running. I mean, if I look at the way you've performed in the indoors, you know, on the in the 1,005 in the mile, like the indoor mile. I mean, you've got a 4 minute 33. I mean, that's a phenomenal, fantastic performance. And then outdoor in the 1,500 meter, also running 4 minutes 13.27. I mean, those are very fast, incredible times, you know. And it goes to show that something that's being done or that you're doing in America is definitely working for yourself as an athlete. So let's talk about where do you see yourself in the next few years? Obviously, you still start. No, you finished your degree.
Yeah, so I'm doing a master's program right now,
Okay,
but
okay.
yeah, I should be done with it by May
Oh yeah.
next year, and then I only have outdoor eligibility at the university left for so nationals would be in like June.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would have only a couple more months here on my student visa, and
And then what?
so that's when the big question comes of where to next. But I think I'll have to see that, like kind of roll with the flow on that one.
Yeah, yeah. Roll with the
Yeah, I
flow.
hope to. Yeah, I hope to run professionally for a couple of years. So yeah, if that is a possibility, I would like to pursue that in
Yeah,
whatever country
absolutely. Yeah,
available.
you don't have to resort to the marrying thing. You know what I mean? You don't have to marry somebody you don't like just to get citizenship. Come
Exactly.
back home. Come back home. You know, you're going pro. I believe that's where you're going and that's where you're headed. So yeah, keep pushing these years. I mean, congrats on your graduation this year. You know, for your on your study side of things, and I know you'll get that masters as well. Final question. I wanted to actually ask, what is your motivation? Just to wrap it up, and then we'll just do like a thanks to the South Africans and everybody who is watching and supporting you all over the world. What is your motivation?
My motivation, I would say, I really believe that running is my calling. I I've heard one time that someone say that when your ability and your passion and opportunity, when all three of those intersect, that's when you know it's your calling. And so
Yeah.
I really think I can, yeah, I really enjoy it and think I can do great works through it. And yeah, so that's what just keeps me going is knowing that I'm on the right path.
All right, that's definitely amazing. Somebody who's this official Mohato saying, and so he's saying, "Can my question please be answered?" Let me go find this question. You know, when somebody says, "Can my question please be answered?" I'm assuming it is going to be a very powerful question. Let's see what he's asking. He says, "If I may ask, what is it that you go through when competing at a higher level that you never thought you'd go through at a younger age or stage of your career?"
Wait, I think I missed a little bit of that.
It says, if I may ask, what is it that you go through when competing at a higher level that you never thought you'd go through at a younger age? So what is it like? I mean, obviously, like you did mention that competing in America, the level of competition is so much higher. Won't say so much higher, but there's so many more people that will match you or are faster. So it is higher inevitably. What is that like?
Yeah, it's shocking. But I mean I expected it. That's why I came to America.
Yeah,
That's why I compete internationally and stuff is seeking that kind of competition
yeah,
to help me get better and stuff. But it did take a couple of years of figuring out how to race again. Because it's just it's different. But Yeah, it was it, it didn't really bother me all that much. Like it's a part of the process, I just feel like. And so every
Yeah.
time I break through to another level, I feel like I know I'm at the bottom of the food chain again, and I actually enjoy it. Enjoy climbing up the ladder all over again.
All right, powerful stuff. Absolutely. I mean, that's how it should be. I see Bernard Marais says greetings from Bloemfontein. We've got Leslie Masokwane saying, "Can I get an autograph? Can I get your autograph? Please." He's in America as well, so when you see him, please just give the young man an autograph.
Of course, only if I can get yours.
All right, Karina. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. It's been it's been a nice chat. I mean, time has flew. We've done 43 minutes in a record-breaking 43 minutes, and and it was really fun. Thanks a lot. I do believe those who are watching have learned something, and yeah, continue doing what you're doing. You know, continue inspiring young ladies in the country, as well as, you know, wherever you are in the world, you know, and yeah, get that master's degree as well, and then we'll see you when you are back in South Africa again, whenever that is, maybe for essays or yeah, whatever it is that you're going to be back for.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, a message to your supporters, those who are backing you and you know, always wanting to see you win?
Oh, what did you say?
I'm saying a message to those who are watching and those who support you in all over the country and the world.
Well, I would just say thank you for all the support. I honestly can't do it with most people that are in my corner all the time.
Yeah.
It really takes a whole army to get you to like a starting line. So, yeah, I really appreciate everyone. And yeah, I love making new friends along the way. So, yeah, whenever at meets or people reaching out, I really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from Karina, all the way in the United States of America, the land where the Wi-Fi is not as strong as it is here
Yeah,
in South
I'm sorry
Africa.
for the technical difficulties and accent, but you know.
No, don't worry about that. You know, that just made us. It just makes us feel good about ourselves. So don't even apologize. We're good. Thanks so much, Karina. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back again on Thursday. This is BackChat. I'm your host, Tamo Madima. Hashtag Diary of a Vendor. Hashtag Nda. Do you have a hashtag that you use for yourself?
No, you can come up with one for me. You're welcome.
Hashtag Randburg Foot Warriors. Let's go. That's it. That's yours. Take care, guys. Good night. See you again on Thursday. Thanks, Karina. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.